Welcome. I'm Kinetic Symphony. I hunt down and report on weird and true mysterious stories, from glitches to the paranormal. Case file number 1594, written by Legendid, a terrifying Icelandic roadside mystery. In May 2009, I was driving with a friend at night. Here in Iceland, exams usually end 10th of May, and people start their summer jobs at the start of June. So we have this 20-day period of just hanging out and doing nothing. We were 18 years old and recently got our driving license, so of course we did not do much more than drive through the night and chat. Often when we did this, and we still do, we drove off the main road and through this country road nearby. It isn't lit, so it's very cozy in a strange kind of way. Reykjanesbrot is the main road. Eliovatsvegur is the country road. It was around 3 AM and we were driving there, pitch black. All of a sudden I, driver, see this figure left on the road. My first reaction was to lock the doors. I don't know why. I slowed down the car, and when we got near, we saw that it was a little girl with a hood over her head, looking straight forward and didn't show any reaction to us. I panicked and drove away fast. My friend, who was in the passenger seat, then told me that through the mirror on my side of the car, he saw her smile. We had been driving for maybe a mile when he told me this, and we were scared out of our minds, but decided to take a U-turn and check up on her. We couldn't have been driving more than 2 minutes or so, but when we came back to the place where we saw her, our hearts pounding, she was nowhere to be found. We drove around there for 20 minutes and didn't see anything. She just vanished. We still talk about it. Never been so scared in my life. Case also file 1594. A terrifying Icelandic roadside mystery. So I just want to say, I commend you for going back, even though you were terrified. Because of all the supernatural stuff and glitches that I cover, demons and spirits and all that, human beings are the source of the purest evil we can imagine. Now it's a small subset of people, to be clear, but they're capable of such malice. But you never know what kind of evil lurks in the hearts of man. So certainly I hope she wasn't kidnapped and running away or something like that. Now if that was the case, don't blame yourself. It's not your fault. It's whoever is responsible for doing that. I'm going to end there on saying I don't think that's the case, and we'll just chalk it up to a temporary fracture in the multiverse. Yeah. Case file number 1595, written by throbilicious. Smiles, surprises, and shifting reality. Honestly, probably the Mandela effect, but I recently moved somewhere new, and not far from me, there's a little convenience store where mostly young adults work. I've been here for 3 months. Anyway, I'm someone that tries to be kind in a proactive way. I make an effort to be courteous, smile at my strangers, and you get the point. Well, there was this teenager who was going through his rock phase. God knows I did. I have a few facial piercings to this day. He had a lip piercing and has an apathetic attitude. He's always moody and can come off rude, doesn't give off ambitious energy. No judgment. Lame job, been there. Well, today I went to buy myself a beer and he's the only cashier, and I notice his lip ring is missing. And he's genuinely smiling. I'm like, hey, you seem in good spirits today? He's like, oh, thank you, sir. And I went, what happened to your lip ring? He's like, what lip ring? I'm like, don't you wear a lip ring? He's like, no, sir, I've never had one. He said it so enthusiastically. My next immediate thought was that this is some glitch in the Matrix crap. Anyways, cheers. Case also file 1595. Smiles, surprises, and shifting reality. Yeah, indeed, it's the Mandela effect, but what causes it? I think there's a simple explanation. When you cross to a new universe, things are different. And you remember things that are small, usually, that are different. Like I remember Fruit Loops being Fruit, not Froot. Maybe that's a Mandela effect. Or maybe it's just my kid memory. Although I did eat it as a teenager quite a bit. In fact, I still eat Fruit Loops sometimes. Don't judge me. Delicious. It is basic glitch in the Matrix crap, indeed. Although I think it's gold, but hey, to each their own. Case file number 1596, written by Felix45. Solstice, Serendipity. I had a weird dream in January 2010. I fell asleep, but when I started dreaming, I felt as though I was still awake, if that makes any sense at all. I was lying in bed and I looked up at my door. It was dark, but I could see my door was slightly open. And on the other side, from what I could tell, was a giant eye. It was the same color as mine, and it scared me at first. Then I get up out of bed and walk towards it. I try to see what it is, and when I open the door, the scene changes. I now see a girl kneeling on the floor as though she was bowing to a Chinese emperor or something. She is wearing tight sweatpants and a shirt, and has long black hair. Her head is also bent down, so I can't see her face. The room really isn't a room. It is as though she's kneeling on the floor, but I don't see any walls. I remember thinking, is this whom I will marry? I can't see any features about her other than she is skinny and has long black hair. Scene changes again, and I'm talking with someone I can't see. Someone says I'm accused of gluttony and will now pay. I start throwing up a constant stream of what I can only describe as nerds. I see myself as a third party though, as an observer. After a while of constant throw up, I start thinking, why won't it stop? Right after this, I woke up. End of January 2010, I fly to Orlando, Florida to do an internship at Walt Disney World. Fast forward to June 21, summer solstice, and I'm proposing to my fiancée at sunrise on Cocoa Beach. I'm now living in Guatemala and will be married December 21, winter solstice, at sunset on the Pacific Ocean. I swear on my life I had no idea until after I posted on Facebook that it was even the summer solstice when I proposed. Hippie friend let me in on that. It just so happened with hotel reservations that December 21st ended up being the best day for all of us. Neither of us have work, works for my family and hers, and the hotel had an opening on that Friday if we rent all the hotel rooms. Everything in this relationship has been one in a million, one after another. I refuse to think it could be anything more than that, but I do think it is all a bit strange. Especially because I didn't plan any of it, but it all just so happened to be this way. There was such a small chance for us to even get to know each other, and for it to get to where I am now. Well, I would never have believed you if you told me in January 2010, that is for sure. Case Alter File 1596, Solstice, Serendipity. The dream you had with that eye, the giant eye, the all-seeing eye that is even on our money, of course signifying knowledge of the universe, and the gateway to the soul. And then it turns out that your subconscious was giving you signs of the future to come. Indeed, knowledge. Of love to play out. Of course, then you ask yourself the same thing that Neo was asked in The Matrix. Would you still have broken the vase if the Oracle hadn't told Neo it's okay that you broke it? Did that influence him to move and then break it? Probably. Anything that happens to us changes us to some extent. So I think seeing this future changed your future. In a certain sense, even though I don't like fate, I think you're meant to be with her. And you needed this subconscious push to guide you there. The choices you made were not the same as if you had not seen this dream. And indeed, they guided you to the literal woman of your dreams. That is kind of cool, I won't lie. Oh, and by the way, eating nerds candy? What a blast from the past. I used to eat that all the time. Skittles too. And Starburst. Ooh, I kind of want candy now. Damn. Now time for the joke of the day. Why did the financial manager quit his job? He was losing interest. Yeah, those customers were not happy. Like the video, subscribe, hit the bell. Kinetic Symphony signing off.